Alright, yo. It's my first time at fiberglassing. And I just want to show y'all where I start off at. I'm going to do one side first, and then I'm going to do the other side. As you can see, this is what the original panels look like. I didn't have a tool. I know, dummy move. I had to cut it. I cut it. It was already mangled anyway. The door was pretty much mangled. So I'm going to try to take my chances at fiberglassing it. If you know these parts are like $400 for a pair, and they literally are plastic. So is these side panels. These are the side panels I did like last summer. As you can see, came out pretty good. They fit actually pretty good. And once they're in, they look a little rough, but once the speaker is in, you don't see all that fabric back there and all the trimming. The holes right here is where my ant was. But what I think I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do one side first. This side right here is just gonna be plain fiberglass. And the same side, same as this. This side right here gonna be all fiberglass. But I'm gonna have my amp right here. And then instead of putting a 6x9, I'm gonna put a 10-inch sub right there, just to give me some knock. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to fiberglass that on. But this is what it originally looked like. That's what this panel right here looks like. As you can see, this is just prep work. I'm gonna try to do one side first before I waste a bunch of aluminum foil. And some people don't even use the aluminum foil. They just fiberglass right over top of it and actually use the panel, which is cool, and which what I was thinking about doing. But like I said, the hole is so big that I know that it has to be covered up, number one. And number two, you know what I mean? I want to kind of like maybe make my own design or something like that and put it in there or whatever with the, like embroidered with the fiberglass or whatever. I'm going to keep all the stock holes. As you see, this is where the pad goes right here. So I can just order another pad and put the pad right on top of it. I wouldn't have to worry about it. I was going to put a speaker down here, but I'm not now. But I want to see, and just like the back of the K5 Blazer has these panels, I was going to fiberglass right over top of it, but I know a couple of guys that have K5 Blazers. I want to see if I could just use this as a template and then sand it down and you know what I mean, maybe get good at it as a practice run. I don't want to mess the template up. And then I gotta redo the whole thing all over again, as in cutting the board and fitting it over. This way, if the template, if it's messed up, I'm not messing up the template itself. I can just peel it off or grind it off, and I still have the template itself. This is the fiberglass resin I'm using. Like I said, it's the first time I'm using it, so I don't know how good this stuff is, but we should get this cracking. I'm gonna do these two panels first and test it out and see how it fit. I think it's gonna come out nice from all the YouTube videos I did and some of the research. And I could be messing up too. You know, again, you live and you learn. But the only concern I'm gonna have is with the little overhang. I'm gonna have to fiberglass that so that way I know it's gonna fit into the grooves of the door. Everything else, the screws and all that other stuff, not really worried about the screws that go in there. Not really worried about them per se, but I know I gotta make an indentation of where they are, so I know I can screw it. I think that's the only problem I'm going to have. So we shall see. But this is what it is. This is what it looks like so far. I'll keep y'all posted on this. I'll holler at y'all. All right. All done with the fiberglass under the back boards. So I got one more door to do. But this is what we got so far. I decided to seal this 6x9 up. I had two 6x9s on each panel, but I decided to seal this up. You can see it's going to be a pretty big low spot right here, but it's cool. You know what I mean? By the time I put the Bondo in and sand it all down, you see it's going to be a little low spot, but that's cool. Next time I'll try to tape it up from the back so it won't sink down when the filler goes in there. That's what happened. It sink down because there's nothing back there. So next time I know. So when I do it next time, I know to raise this up a little bit so it's even. As you can see, it's solid to the touch, but I'm gonna give it another couple hours to cure. And then anyway, I gotta get my Dremel. As you can see, I got some rough edges, but I'm gonna get my Dremel and go right across the edges all the way around to get it right where I want it to be. And it should be nice and tight, being that when I had it on there before, it was pretty nicely fitted on there. This is my first time doing it, and so far, it looked like it should turn off nice. But like I said, I had 2 6x9s in each panel, but I changed it, and I decided to go a little different. I'm going to have the amp and the subwoofer attached to the back. And right here, as you can see, that's going to be a 10-inch sub. You know what I mean? That's going to be a 10 right there. You know what I mean? Beating right above the gas tank right here, right above the gas filler. Like I said, I got to trim all this out so it's nice and perfect. But as you can see, that's going to be, I took away the 6x9. That's where the 6x9, just like this was a 6x9. I took away that 6x9 here, and I'm going to put a 10-inch sub there. That way, I have just a little bit of knot, you know what I mean? A little shallow sub. It can't be a big boy, but a 10-inch shallow. It should be all I need, man. Again, I'm not trying to rock the block, but you know what I mean? A little something, you know what I mean? Give me a nice little sound up there. But as you can see, this is what we got so far. It's pretty smooth, but we shall see. I definitely got to sand it down. Definitely going to have some highs and lows. But this is what we got so far. You know what I mean? So far, it's good. The aluminum foil held up nice. Look, it's coming up right up off like that. See that? But I ain't going to peel it too much because, again, it's not fully cured yet. Another couple hours, probably another, I'm going to say like probably another 10 hours, it should be fully cured. Again, this garage is not heated, so it might take a little bit of time. But I didn't want to do this in the house like I did the other one, man, because my house was balling for like 2 hours, 3 hours. I had to open up every freaking door, every window, because my house was rocking. So I did it out here. But as you can see, this is what we got. You know what I mean? Got my heater in the place. I hooked up my heater. So it's coming along slowly, but it's coming. She should be up. Well, these should be back in. Now, I'll cut you back for the door. Let you see what I got for the door. All right, wanted to cut you back on because this was in the basement. But as you can see, this is the door panel. This is how the door panel came out. Now, I know it look a little rough, but this is definitely the form of the door itself. This was my first time doing it. So, as you can see, the resin is heavy in certain places. It's heavy. But now I saw how to do it so the resin is not heavy in certain places. It looked like it's going to form up nicely. I mean, I'm going to have to drill this out. I'm going to have to put holes in the pads. Like I said, I got to get a Dremel and cut all this off, all this excess off of it. And I also have to finish the back side. See, it got this little hook. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's like a little hook on the back side of it. So I have to finish that off. And then it should be ready. I guess you could say. I'm going to pull it out. But this piece right here is going to require a lot of sanding, a lot of time. Only because, again, it was my first time doing it. So instead of laying it all in like one sheet here, and put 2 sheets up there, I just dabbed it up there. But I think it's salvageable. It's going to take some time, some patience, but I think it's salvageable. I'm going to keep going with it. I think I'm going to get the back panels done first, and then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can finish this panel right here. But as you can see, it doesn't look too bad. It still looks like a door. It's hard. You know what I mean? I can peel it off. The aluminum foil worked nicely. I just got to figure out how to do the back end just to get that hook over top of that. So I got to get my Dremel, cut off all this little excess, all this little extra, and then my bad, my camera went out. Cut off all this little extra, and then I can be able to hook it over. So once I get it the hook over, then it'll be able to hook onto the door itself. Other than that, that's the only part I'm concerned about. Everything else can be either sanded down. Once I put the Bondo and the body filler on it, it can be sanded down, highs and lows, and it should come out like the door. But this is what I got so far. I still got one more door to do, but I think I'm gonna finish the door, the panels in the back first, and then I'm gonna go towards the front doors, and we'll see how it works. For some reason, my radio started cutting off on me, so I got to figure out exactly why that is. But I've got a feeling that the wire got opened up somewhere. So, but this is just a little, you know what I mean, little piece for y'all too, so y'all can see what I'm doing here. All right,